It's been a minute since I could post, but I am back for a little bit anyways, I think. And I need to finish a project that I've been actually working on for maybe 2 months now on my car. It's summer now, and my fridge tends to use a lot more power during the summer because obviously it's warmer outside. And that means my battery doesn't last as long as it normally would. I know my car is back to being a disaster again, but that'll be cleaned up shortly. I am powering my fridge with this Bluetti when my car is off. And this Bluetti will maybe keep my fridge running for, 10, 12 hours, something like that. But if I have to go work or have to park the car for the day, that means that my stuff in the fridge starts getting warm, and that means my food starts going bad, and I start spending a lot of money on food because all my food's going bad. So I just picked up this enormous 200-watt solar panel and threw it in the back of my car. I actually ordered this about a month ago. I got really busy and I couldn't pick it up for about a month, but I am back now, and I was able to get it from my mail, and a sneak peek, that's what it looks like. So now I just have to figure out how to mount that solar panel onto those roof racks up there. So here is the back of my solar panel. As you can see, this is a very large solar panel. It was the largest one that I could fit on top of the Crosstrek reasonably, which should be plenty to power a fridge under most conditions. Looking at the back side of the panel, I am a little bit disappointed in the mounting options. There wasn't much in the description about how these things were mounted, but we just have a couple holes, one there, one there. And I have a good idea of how to use those and mount it at least temporarily. I'm hoping at some point I'll get some permanent hardware if this all works out, but for now, I'm just going to be using these small mounting holes. So this is where I want to mount my solar panel. These crossbars here are actually from an old car that I used to have. They're just really cheap crossbars that I bought off Amazon. They are a little bit noisy, but they don't reduce my fuel mileage by a ton. They are definitely not as efficient or quiet as these ones here that came with the Crosstrek. However, the crossbars that came with the Crosstrek, they just don't have enough width. These crossbars here are, I think, 18 inches wider than the ones that came from the factory. So that's why I'm using these instead of the Subaru ones. The other big advantage is that they are flat on top. So mounting something like a giant flat solar panel is easy. They also have just a standard, it's almost square, it's kind of rounded cross section, which probably contributes to the noise a little bit, but it makes it really easy to mount stuff to, which is what I want, right? As you can see, it does collect a lot of bugs though, and my car is extremely dirty, so after I get this all installed, I'll probably go wash my car. Anyways, let's see if we can figure out how to strap it down. All right, so I'm trying to use these straps to hold down the solar panel. I think I have a configuration that at least seems to work. Things I don't like about it, like this random twist here. This actually is attached pretty securely. You can lift the solar panel up, but not by much. On the other side here, we have a similar situation. Just two hooks going through that one screw hole, being held on to this post on the car. And again, it doesn't move around much. The front situation isn't too different, but you can see that it did bend the frame just slightly on the solar panel. It's just thin aluminum, so I'm not too surprised. There shouldn't be a ton of force on this solar panel, at least in this configuration. You can see that I have it angled down just slightly, and I have the roof rack set up so that it'll do that. And so my thinking there is I want to have some down force on the solar panel when I'm driving, just a little bit. It's a lot better than having the wind trying to blow it up off the car. Hopefully this configuration works. It seems pretty solid. The solar panel doesn't move around in any direction very much. And so now let's take care of the wiring. Okay, so these are a standard, I think these are called MC40 connectors, connected to a MC60, and it's just a enormous extension cable. So if I change applications, change cars, I can take the solar panel with me and still have plenty of room. The wires are a little bit thinner than I had originally thought, but according to the manufacturer, it can carry the current that I need it to. Okay, so I have the wiring run. It's just running around the backside of this roof rail, and I'm keeping it on with the ties that came with the extension wire, this one here. So I'm running it down here. In case you're wondering, there's no seal in this area, so I'm actually running it down to the trunk area. It actually runs perfectly through the gap between the trunk lid and the roof here. And running it down there. I don't want to go through the trunk seal in this area because water can leak in there, but I am going to run this wire down through the bottom of the seal there. The stock trailer wiring harness actually comes out from the trunk and down through the bottom of the trunk lid there. So this actually isn't that weird of a configuration. Probably once I get the interior reorganized again, I'll put the cable back on the other side over there so it's out of the way, and we'll see how it actually works with the Blue Eddy now. Well, it's the next day. I took my car to the car wash and cleaned it up. I didn't want to go through the automated car wash with the solar panel on the roof. I figured it would probably fly off or something. So that's one of the downsides to attaching things to your roof. The automated car washes are kind of out. There's so many other benefits to having something on the roof that I think it's worth it. But anyways, we have a bit of sun that came out finally, so I can actually tell you how much power that solar panel is putting out at the moment. Okay, so let's wake things up here. I can hear the fans running, so that's a good sign. And yeah, so looks like the fridge is on, is drawing about 34 watts, and the solar panel is putting out 60 watts at the moment. I think a cloud kind of went over. I had full sun just a minute ago, and it was putting out about 150 watts. I don't expect it to be putting that out constantly, but in full sunshine, it seems to be able to do that. And I should also mention this is the beginning of summer, so we're just after the solstice, so the sun is about as high as it's going to get. All right, so just to wrap up here, it's actually super easy to install solar on a car, especially if you have those crossbars. So I'm going to put links to all those things that you saw down in the description, the crossbars, the solar panel, and the wiring. So if you want to go check those out and figure out how to install those yourself, you can do that. The only thing that I would change is I do need to find a different way of mounting it. I have some ideas of how to mount it properly. I wasn't able to do it right away just because I had no idea what was on the back of that solar panel. But now that I have some idea of how the solar panel can be attached, I can get the correct mounting brackets. But for now, I'm just using those rubber tie downs, and it's working really well, actually. I've actually driven on the freeway a couple of times now, and it's not actually that much louder than just the crossbars. And also, I haven't noticed it affecting my fuel mileage at all. The frontal area of the solar panel is very small, so I wouldn't expect much change there. Oh, the sun came out again, not quite as strong as before, so we're at 139 watts. I'm pretty happy with that. That'll get this Blue Eddy charged up in no time. It's actually a lot faster than plugging it into the car.